to my channel. Today I am sharing the meals that I have made this whole entire week following the new Whole30 Fast and Easy cookbook. Now I will have the cookbook linked down below. I picked up mine from Amazon because it was half price compared to when I looked at the bookstore. I have been absolutely loving this cookbook. It is now my favorite cookbook, and I'm not saying that. This video is not sponsored in any way. It's just I have all the other Whole30 cookbooks and like the guidebooks and stuff, and they just weren't my favorite to cook with. I found out that the recipes are really fast and easy, and if you stay tuned and keep watching, you get to see my husband and my reaction to all the meals that we ate. If you are not following me yet on Instagram, I've been sharing a bunch of tips and tricks and just products that I've been using on this low-carb Whole30 that I've been doing. Let's go ahead and see what I ate for the rest of the week. This is the first meal I'm making from the Whole30 Fast and Easy cookbook. I'm making the Indian beef and bell pepper stir fry. So far it has been very easy, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be very fast. So all I did was cut up some onions and green peppers, and I am stir frying those. I'm about to cut up my meat. I have some ginger that's going to be cooked with the meat. I have cilantro for the topping, and then it called for the garam masala spice, and I didn't have any, so I just kind of mixed it up myself just from the internet, but that would be even faster and easier if you already had it in a bottle. And so I'm going to cut up this steak and take those peppers out and put the steak in there with the ginger and the spice. This meal is gonna come together in, I'd say, about 15 to 20 minutes. It's super easy, so hopefully it tastes good. Gingerberry kombucha while I'm cooking. If anyone else drinks kombucha while they're making their Whole30 meals, you should give this video a thumbs up. So this is the finished meal. I did make the cauliflower rice on the side, and I just mixed it with some ghee and salt and pepper. And then this is the recipe of the steak and pepper stir fry. I think it's Indian steak and pepper stir fry. And so let's see how it tastes, since it came together in like less than 30 minutes. So it was very easy and very fast. Give it a rating from 1 to 10.
I'd give it a 9.
Okay, good. I just got back from the gym this morning. I actually went to 2 classes. I did an hour of yoga. No, I did an hour of Zumba and an hour and 15 minutes of yoga. It is 12:25, and I'm going to try and make this sheet pan shrimp with sesame and broccoli from the Whole30 Fast and Easy cookbook. I think it's only supposed to take about 45 minutes or so. I'm also gonna throw some Brussels sprouts in here with this. I'm going to make a cup of coffee while I'm cooking, throw this all together, and hopefully eat by 1 o'clock. And I've been intermittent fasting like this whole morning. If you don't know how I do my keto Whole30 with intermittent fasting, I'll link up above my video from last week of what I eat in a day while I'm doing my keto Whole30. So this is gonna be my first meal of the day. Hopefully, it looks like it's easy. It looks like there's hardly any ingredients, even though I'm adding some Brussels sprouts. So hopefully it is tasty. Let's go ahead and get cooking. Timer went off for the broccoli and Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna stir it up and add the shrimp and the garlic. My shrimp, my garlic, my ghee, and some coconut aminos, and now it goes back into the oven for another 8 to 12 minutes or until the shrimp are done. So this is the finished product after it was in the oven for a total of 45 minutes. It looks absolutely delicious. All right, let's try out this meal. I am hungry, so I hope it is very good. Let's see. Shrimp are fantastic. I don't mean to talk with food in my mouth, but this is really delicious. Like, there's only a few flavors on here, but this is just, it's amazing. Like, it tastes like Chinese. So I'm going to finish eating the rest of my meal. Time to cook another meal. So this meal is in the slow cooker section of the Fast and Easy Whole30 cookbook. I'm going to be making the buffalo chicken dip. Now it does call for chopped or shredded cooked chicken breast, and I actually just have some organic raw chicken breast. So I'm going to be pulling my Instant Pot out and making this in the Instant Pot. I will first cook my chicken and shred it, and then I'll add all these other ingredients and I'll do the actual recipe. So I'll just do it on like a slow cook for 2 hours, it says. So the buffalo chicken dip is finished. It is dinner time. My husband is almost home. I think this is only a half batch because I didn't have the whole like 4 cups of chicken. I think I only had 2 cups. And I'm going to dip green peppers. My husband's probably going to dip carrots. I have some pickles and I have a salad for me. So let's try this chicken dip and see if it tastes good. I didn't even taste it yet to see if it like had enough salt or anything. The mayo is even the homemade mayo that I always make, which, speaking of, if you don't know how to make mayonnaise, I'll link it up above. I have a whole tutorial on how to make it in like 15 seconds. It's really good. Definitely a keeper. I could totally take that to parties and people wouldn't even know. Hey everyone, I'm going to be making another recipe from the Whole30 Fast and Easy cookbook. This one is going to be veggie soup with pesto. It does call for some shrimp, but I ended up not getting any at the store, so it's literally just gonna be a veggie soup with pesto. So let's go ahead and look at the recipe. This is the recipe, and I am going to actually make the soup in my Instant Pot, just using like the saute button to saute the onions and the garlic, and then I will just use like the saute button to keep it like simmering just like you would on the stove top. This calls for Whole30 compliant chicken broth or chicken bone broth. There is a recipe in the back of the book for that, but I actually always make my own chicken broth and I put it in the freezer. So a couple days ago I got, you know, a few jars of it out so I could use it for this. I have a recipe on how to make bone broth in the Instant Pot. So if you have an Instant Pot, I will link the video up above. That way you can make your bone broth, put it in the freezer, and be able to make this soup whenever you are feeling like it. Product for the vegetable soup with pesto. I did top it with some green onion, and I ended up mixing up all the pesto in with all of the soup. That way I didn't have to keep it separate. It's a very good like almost plain vegetable soup. If you don't want a lot of like the Italian spices that are normally in vegetable soup, I really like the pesto in it. If it didn't have the pesto, I think it would be too plain. It's very, very good. And I really like the addition of green onion on top. So if you're an onion fan, I would advise you to definitely put green onion on top when you're serving it. I think this is gonna be my go-to vegetable soup. So I'm about to cook dinner, and tonight we are having pork chops with cherry tomato serrano pepperonata, I guess is how you say it. This is the actual recipe from the Whole30 cookbook. It is supposed to be made with turkey tenderloins, but I am going to make it with some pork chops. And I'm also going to be like roasting some Brussels sprouts on the side, so that's why I have those out. This is the recipe, and it is very short, just a few ingredients. Let's go ahead and get cooking. Pork chops. I did make some roasted Brussels sprouts on the side with turmeric and ghee. And then the bottom portion is tomatoes, peppers, the balsamic vinegar, salt, and pepper. So I already ate mine. I forgot to film my reaction. So we're gonna have my husband give his reaction this time.
A good 7.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.